Relationships, everyone's favorite topic. I like talking about relationships. You'd like talking about relationships. We all like relationships. When I'm talking about relationships, I'm not talking about romantic relationships because I am super experienced in romance. You know me, I'm just super qualified to talk about dating and marriage and courtship and everything in between. I'm an expert. Actually, I have a PhD in intimacy. They call me Doc Intimacy. That's what they call me. I mean, any relationship. It could be romantic, but also it could be a friendship. It could be a familial. It could be a coworker, work, professional, associate. I just wanted to talk about how I don't find relationships easy. Relationships are not easy for me. It's not natural. It's not natural to try to do things with other people. I think it requires patience. I think it requires diligence. I think it requires empathy. It requires things that are just I don't think are inherent to I don't think I'm just, oh, I got 1,000 patience plus 100 diligence plus 100 emotional intelligence. Everything I've learned about relationships comes from trial and error and even more error. I think that relationships are important. I think that's what kind of gives us, it makes us who we are. And I've been thinking about how they're not the easiest. I've faced all types of rejection: social, professional, romantic rejection. And I've realized that, you know, what's gotten me through all this failure is the fact that I had people to talk to, people to accept me. I think that what makes relationships difficult is it's so easy for me to do some things by myself. It's so easy for it to be me, myself, and I. It's very easy for that. I think what's difficult is for me to suspend that belief and to think of someone else before myself. I have, I don't know if what I'm doing is right. I don't know. I really don't know. But I know that while relationships are hard, they make things so much better. I am very grateful for the people I've met along the way. I'm very grateful for the people that have encouraged me. You know, I always thought that I would become more confident as I got older. I always thought that I would learn something, some wisdom that was hidden. And that has not happened. What has really helped me is the constants in my life. And some relationships have been a constant. And not everybody gets that. Not everybody gets that. Not everybody gets loving parents, supporting friends, or a supporting partner. Some people start out alone. Some people have some deep, deep depression, deep, deep anxiety that they have to work through, and relationships don't come easy. I spent a lot of my childhood alone, moved around schools a lot, the only minority. It wasn't easy to be friends and to relate to others. I feel like once I finished high school and went to college, I had to start from zero. And then once I finished college and went back to college and then went back to college and did more college and got a master's that I didn't use, I realized that I had to relearn relationships. I always thought that once I mastered something that would be it, but then I realized there's always something new. And while it wasn't easy, I think everything I've learned about relationships have been worth it. And I think in my experience, I don't really think I can really go out and teach and say this is the right way, because this is just my viewpoint. I'm just one of many. There's like 8 billion perspectives in the world. So this is just one of many. But I would say the people that you have in your life, anybody who's watching this, just say thank you, say thank you and just really make the most of it. You don't have to always say I love you. You don't always, you don't always have to do that. But I think letting people know and how you feel and letting people experience you and letting people really just feel at ease. I think you don't have to be perfect. I'm definitely not perfect, and I have a lot of things I have to work on. But I think it's important that when you are with other people, to try to make their life easier. Not in a people-pleasing way. You should not diminish yourself. But being present, listening, making sure that when you're together, they have a good experience. I think that makes life so much better. One mantra and one thing I want to end on is, I think one way to help yourself is to help others. And I think having genuine relationships is one of the greatest things you can do for yourself and for your community. Thanks for watching this video. If you like, please like and subscribe. My social media link down below and at the end of the video. Thank you so much. I will see you soon.
Da chamada, chamada.